What's up, Aries? I think you're probably the first one here. Where's Mike? What's up, guys? Hope everybody's having a blessed day. Today's been meh for me, but yeah, every day is good. Some are just better than others. Working on semi brakes. It's not the last day in Colorado, but I only stream Tuesday and Thursday, so I won't be live again until Monday. And then we'll be starting to head to Vegas, at least leaving Colorado Springs. Well, you know, Aries, same shit. Just running around like a squirrel getting ready for winter, trying to get everything organized, all my ducks in a row, trying to figure out gas money, of course, you know, all the joys, you know, plus keep my normal shit paid without taking from Peter to pay Paul. You know what I mean? But it all works out, so. So all these trees, it's like a Packer tree right here. It's green and gold. It's like once, like every other leaf. Yeah, same shit, different day. What's up, Isabel? Yep. Dude, every week it's just gotten more and more prettier throughout here. So I'm gonna miss my little fall rides. I think it's the absolute prettiest in the fall, and I enjoy these little rides for some reason. I enjoy them 10 times more this part of the season. Yeah, I am excited for Vegas for sure. Just cause sitting around here all the time, you know, it's like after like 3-4 months, I'm ready to go. The same when I'm in Vegas though. But I'm looking forward to a completely different, revamped season of Vegas, you know. I've had 3 seasons of like the same shit, so it's nice to have my own season per se, you know. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward not to have to go out on weekends in the cold and feel obligated, you know. Shit like that. It's just, you know. I like my Friday nights of watching Live on Patrol and just chilling in the van, staying warm, you know. I don't mind that at all. So I'm going to look forward to that. I'm just going to keep doing my own thing, stay in my own bubble, stay in my own lane. And just keep on keeping on. And yeah, it's always nice to have VK and Robin. Of course, the holidays are right around the corner too. And I always look forward to Robin's cooking. So plenty of times I have, you know, end up eating like McDonald's for Thanksgiving. So it's nice to have them and so close to where I stay. Because otherwise, I'd just be a lost little boy in Vegas, you know. Today's been beautiful, and it's like been kind of low wind, but then when the wind starts blowing all crazy, it has like a nice chill to it. Yeah, I don't ever get any homemade. It's where I get a home cooked meal, so you know. When that guy say to me something like, "Get over, Scooter Boy"? I always think I'm the only one on the path out here. I'll stop, middle of the path, start fucking off, and then somebody comes shooting up doing 60 miles an hour on an e-bike, and then I get yelled at. Out of my way, Scooter Boy. So I've been like, slow the fuck down, e-biker. I mean, do we have to do 90 up the path? Like he's blazing trail. So I managed to, not last stream, the stream before, I damn broke the thing that holds you guys in place here. And I was, when I was at storage the other day, I was looking, because I do have another chest mount. It's just not, just too floppy. It's not as good. But it had the exact same piece that broke on this one, so I replaced it. Kept the piece that was broken because I super glued, and it's actually pretty solid. So I even have like a backup to the backup, I guess. So I gotta remember to be nice to that piece. You know, and end up breaking another. You can't like order them separate. It's just a stupid little piece too. You know, damn cotton proofs. Proofing something. Yeah, it's just this time of season, Aries is so pretty. Even if it's just yellow and green and a little bit of red mixed in. Yeah, Miss freaking G.I. Joe over here. G.I. Jane. Come poofing by. I'll be flopped over dead drinking my Fiji water, but see these e-bikes that come flying through here at like 90 miles an hour and they want to yell at me. See, it just makes it so much more pretty. G.I. Jane, yeah. Your trees pretty much just do what ours do. What trees you have. There was snow on the mountains this morning too. If we get a nice shot of Pikes Peak, there's probably still some snow on it. We'll have to see. But it definitely was this morning. It rained for a while last night. It was cold. I was glad it was clear today and the sun was out, or it would have been hella cold out. It's like a nice little breeze. It was alright, and then it started getting all crazy windy. I would run outside with. Yeah. Yeah, so similar colors, you know. Yeah, well, on the way out of Colorado, I want to, there's a few places I want to stop and spend a couple last days in Colorado checking out an area of Colorado I've never seen. We only really drove through, so I think it was, maybe it was last season, not this last drive back, the one before that. I came up through from Flagstaff. You can go from like Flagstaff to Durango, and then from Durango to Walsenburg, and then you're on I-25, like the southern part of the state. But what I want to do, and right around Durango, they have a bunch of natural hot springs and stuff, so I really want to knock that off a bucket list, chilling in a natural hot spring. There's a castle around there I want to see. I want to do an actual like town tour of either Durango or Pagosa or both. And the Great Sand Dunes are around there. I just don't think I'll have time for that. There's also a UFO tower around there I don't know if we'll have time for. And there's also a waterfall I'd like to see as well. So found a couple of hot springs like right on the highway. So, I mean, I know the reception's not going to be like perfect in that area, but it is populated enough, and especially with being like right on the highway, like we should be alright. If not, I'll just make a video. But I really want to bask in some natural hot springs. So it's like a creek in the mountains like this. You got to think that's like in the thick of the Rockies too. Just imagine like somebody's got a little pool built up next to the creek right here, and it's just hot water. That's pretty much what it is. You hike back a little ways, and then right on the side of the creek, there's just going to be a bunch of little handmade circle pools with rocks built up. You can get in one of those pools. What's up, Tammy? '90s, yeah, that is better than your 120s, Isabel. You're finally cooling off a little bit. Yeah, Durango's only 8 hours from Vegas too. Like if I ever like buy some land in Colorado, that's probably the area. Of course, I don't really kind of know the vibe of that area down there just yet, but with all like the natural hot springs and it's country, it's just little ski towns. I mean, there's not much down there, but then only 8 hours from Vegas, like it doesn't get, you know. Get too much better. And Pagosa Springs actually just flooded like last week. That creek, I guess, got really bad. But when you like drive through Pagosa, one of the like most notorious things you'll see is this like exotic looking resort that's got all these natural hot spring like tubs and shit that they've built all over, you know what I mean? Like different pools and stuff that all the different hot springs go into. And when I was looking for hot springs around the area, I just happened to click. It's like Pagosa Springs Resort or something. It's like $400 a night. And there's like tier levels of what hot springs you get to go into. Like some are nicer than others, but there's like 20 different hot springs that you can get into. And of course, the more you pay, the nicer the hot spring you get to dip in. But you know, the people that only pay like $400 a night, you know, they gotta I was like, sheesh, like starting at 400 a night, and I was looking, it was probably like a weekday too. Like, there's some rich people around there, and then like, if I had more time too, like Telerood's not far from there, which would be a really cool little town to check out. Ouray, Ouray, I believe is how it's said. Ouray, Ouray. They got a huge, like, Olympic size swimming pool that's all hot spring water that's pouring into it. And then, of course, they got all these just natural hot springs that you can just hike to, you know? And I'm sure, yeah, some of them smell like sulfur and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, it's Earth. That's just how shit is, you know? You gotta think all those, like, minerals and stuff, that's gotta be good for your skin and for your spirits and, you know? Yeah, I guess, well, they had, yeah, 20 pools, and I guess like 10 of them flooded, or 12 of them or something, or 12 are still open and 8 flooded. But I'm sure that's all kind of resided a little bit by now. But yeah, we passed right through Pagosa on the way to Durango and shit, so I got a couple days, you know, Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday morning I'll finish the drive to Vegas. It's 8 hours, that's like my driving limit for one day. And in the van, a couple extra stops, it'll probably take 9, especially once I get to Vegas and have to deal with that traffic. So Wednesday will be a long day. I'll just be ready to. But yeah, definitely a super cool area to just kind of chill out for a couple days. Yeah, good for the spirit and the skin and just relaxing. Even if it does stink like sulfur a little bit.
You know? We're hoping this year.
Flying to Cali, yeah. You have another wedding, or what do you got going on? Definitely try to get out to Cali a couple times this winter as well. Like I said, I really want to do all the beaches like north of LA. I've done like a lot of pretty much everything south of LA on the PCH. I want to do like from like Malibu north. I don't know if they're even any good, but just kind of an area that I haven't seen of LA. Are you going to Hawaii? Oh, nice. If you guys like Hawaii, you definitely got to try Jamaica sometime. It's like everybody that I met in Jamaica said they were like avid, you know, frequent Hawaii adventure trips, and that's where they'd always go. And then they said once they went to Jamaica, it ruined going to Hawaii for them. So I've not been to Hawaii. I can't speak for myself. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. Hawaii's fucking beautiful. But Jamaica, I mean, it's got to be similar. Definitely got to be similar. So I don't know if it's more of a culture thing, or if it's, you know, like Negro's white sandy beaches, or what it is. But it's like Hawaii's got kind of its own little beauty and thing going on with the volcanic shit, and it's like one of the only places in the world you can get like one of those black sandy beaches. Would definitely like to experience it someday. But it's like, the first time I went to Jamaica, it stole my heart. I've been there half a dozen times. Yeah, Cancun rocks too. I mean, hell, Isabel's so freaking far south in Texas, she can about walk to Cancun. But I even when I went as a solo, male traveler, I had fun. There wasn't really any times I didn't feel unsafe. There was a time I was smoking a black and mild outside of my, 3 to 4 star freaking luxury hotel, and the police rushed up on me. Thankfully, I'd only had and then I had like a half smoked one in the box. I had like a 5 pack, and I half smoked one in the box, and I like pulled that out, and they were like sniffing on it, and then he hands it to his partner, and he sniffs on it. I'm like, bro, it's just black and mild. It's just a freaking cigar. You thought it was blunted up, I was out there in front. I think it was shortly after that Mexico went recreational. That would be interesting to see what the weed is really like in Mexico. Jamaica, typically people stay in Montego Bay where the airport is. You don't really get the really a good feel for Jamaica, in my opinion, when you do that, because a lot of these resorts are completely gated in, and the second you leave, you understand why they're hustlers. Times 10, that's like how every Jamaican is. And they know the tourists got the money. I mean, that's number one money making, So, a lot of people, would rather go to Mexico where people wait on your hand and foot. In Jamaica, you're really on island time. They're in no hurry to get anything done. You're on island time. But I like going where 7 Mile Beach is in Negril, and that's an hour away from Montego. So just the drive to Negril is always something. Puerto Morales is a place to be. And then Isla Mujeres or whatever it is, the island is of course across the ocean from that. I've never actually been to that island. Kind of want to do that. Then I've been in Cocolobongo, but there's also almost like a wildlife safari that I think would be cool to do, to see the big macaws in the wild and shit. I want to say it's called Scarlet Gardens or something, or X Scarlet, it's X something. Maybe it is called X Scarlet. Man, it's only 70 in Vegas. I think our high today was 64. Yeah, it always buffers under that bridge. I was actually going to give you guys a heads up, but we'll just breeze on through. If it buffers, it buffers. Something about that bridge right there, it always does. It says 70. Man, they're so wrong about our weather all the time. When I checked it this morning, it said the high was 64. I mean, it's going to be a little chilly today, and it has been when the wind picks up. The light little breeze is still warm, but then a brisk breeze is that in itself brisk. Let's take a fly or something. Just landing on my sunglasses. Get off there, fool. We're just moseying on through. Beep beep. Who got the keys to the Jeep? Yeah, I love it. The trees, Tammy. Oh, sorry. And all the crunchy leaves all over the ground. And when the wind blows and you're looking at the trees and all the leaves are flying all over. I think it just reminds me of a kid growing up in Wisconsin. We had to rake the leaves up and bag them and make Halloween bags of leaves. And they got like pumpkin bags that you can get and stuff them full of leaves. And then of course we used to wreck leaf piles, my brother and I. We'd go diving in. We were some wild boys, you know. I was actually talking to my mom last night, and she's like, these damn grandkids of mine. She's talking about my nephews. They're both at the age where they rather just hang out with their friends, you know. They don't want to do shit. They're both lazy. Mom's like, I'm out here picking up these leaf bags all by myself. These damn grandkids too lazy to come over and help their grandma out. And last time Baylor was here, you just caught him smoking cigarettes in the basement. I'm like, yeah, Mom, yeah, you know. You always said history repeats itself. She would always say to my brother and I, when you have kids, you're gonna have two of them. You're gonna have two boys. They're gonna be twice as bad as you. She was right. My nephew, they aren't that bad though. But my brother, you know, he's never hidden getting high in front of them or smoking cigarettes or anything. So he needs to get him off that path. But you got like a 14 and a 16-year-old. I mean, that's what I was doing when I was 14, smoking cigarettes and getting high. I mean, what else is there to do when you're 14? Play video games, hang out with your friends, smoke a little, you know, catch a little buzz in the barn or in the woods, or grab a cigarette out of Mom's packet while she jumps in the shower, you know. There's definitely a handful of times Mom caught us smoking. Thankfully, she never told my stepdad, because he would have murdered us. And she knew it too, that's why I tell him. Places I lived with my mom and stepdad was in Fargo, North Dakota. My sister had this like massive and dollar bills and fives and tens and shit in there. But the hole on it was big enough to where, I'm trying to think here. The hole on it was big enough to where you take some tweezers and pull a 5 out easily. You know, this is back when Marlboros were, you know, like $2 a pack. So we could pull a 5 out. Ask the older friend to run it at the grocery store. You get it like $2.10 a pack. Give them the 5. Tell them to keep the change. Me and my brother could get a pack of Marlboros off of it. My brother was the older one though. He always had the ideas, you know. I was like, oh shit, how'd you get that pack? He's like, man, all I gotta do is take a pair of tweezers, hit Taylor's bank, and fuck. Yeah, they all live in the same little small town, Wisconsin. My sister lives in Nebraska with her. She's got 3 kids. And then my brother, he's in Wisconsin. Where my dad and, of course, my parents are split, but they all live in the same small town yet. 3,500 people. The closest Walmart's like 20 minutes away. Middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. It's not like they're even in like Milwaukee or Madison or something. They're way in the northern part of the state, like essentially freaking Canadians. My dad's definitely, my mom not so much because she spent a lot of time outside Wisconsin, but my dad definitely has a thick Wisconsin accent where it's like almost Canadian. I have a little bit of it, but yeah, and of course, like my dad's, you know, country redneck too from Wisconsin, from northern Wisconsin, so he just, you guys would just have to listen to him sometime. He's funny. And my dad's always been a jokester too, so he's always saying some shit that'll make you laugh, especially if he's had a couple beers or something. He was on my ass last night though. I don't know why. I was talking to him and then I was getting ready to get off the phone with him and then my mom called. I was like, damn, it's definitely parent night, I guess. Well, they're all wondering like when I'm leaving. My dad was telling me a story about getting high in the barn, and one of the neighbors of the area was like an old man or something. Came there and he said to my dad and his buddy Jim, I know you guys are probably catching one back here. Can I catch one too? And he said they let him smoke. This is back when my dad was a teenager and shit. They said they let him smoke, and then dude, like a day later, was like, yeah, that was the first time I've ever smoked that, so I kind of liked it. So my dad said every time they go to the bar, an old man would be showing up, knocking like, hey guys, can I catch a buzz with you? And we were like in the middle of that story. Mom started beeping through. Like, shit, Dad, we'll talk to you later. Like, yeah, I'm getting off here anyhow. I don't know where the hell he comes up with these stories, man. So I don't think I've ever heard that story. Yeah, when I did customer service, I did customer service for DHL, the shipping company, for a long time. And I'd always get people that would ask me, like, where are you located? And they're like, Minnesota. I was living in Minneapolis at the time. They were like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, why? We're like, well, just the way you say a couple words, you almost sound Canadian. Like, really? Like, yeah, well, close enough, but no. They'd be like, oh, so Minnesota? I know, Minnesota. We don't say it like that. It's Minnesota. It's not. You don't got to put the emphasis on the end. It's not Minnesota. See what this little view is looking like here. Between the bars. And we're looking out some prison bars. Water's nice and clear right now because it hasn't. Well, it rained a little bit yesterday. I don't think it was enough to make the creek rush though. I think it's probably a perfect time, but oh, someone's behind me. Sorry, guy. I'm trying to finish out this cart.
And then back in the
Somebody, whoever trailer that is, they got a little break in the fence rather than come down here and chill. Pants are falling down because they didn't put a belt on. Pants hanging a little low because my pistol heavy. Nope, just don't have a belt on. So we got a big old encampment over here. A tarp glue. And it looks like an igloo. Up we're going downhill and I can be able to get a good view of it. It's pretty damn big though. Let's see. Yeah, maybe down a little further. Fuck it. Got a blind corner up here. This thing's had some kick or harshness to it. Well, you're out of here, Aries. Appreciate you stopping. Like I said, we'll be live Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday pretty much all day, so. See, Pikes Peak's got some snow on it. Little froth. It is cold without that sun. That is for sure. I almost didn't put this light jacket on. I'm glad I did. This guy actually catch something? Or no, he's just casting. Yeah, right after you said that, Robin, I started driving. I was like, damn, we got some snow too. This is the second time though it's snow capped already. It's snow capped once and melted. But I mean, even off like these little side peaks right here, these all got snow on them right here. And then of course top of Pikes Peak. And it looks like it ends like right in a little cut right there. Yeah, well, definitely not this season, Rob. 80s and 90s are probably done. I mean, our 70s I thought were done. I'm surprised today got to 70. It is pretty much like 60s all week is what's in the forecast. I'm like, well, that's not bad because there's been plenty of months like I'm waiting to leave and it's already snowed or it's like already a high of freaking 50 or you know, already too cold. Like I can handle 60s. Especially here because, you know, 60s when the sun's out, it's not bad. Now 60 when it's cloudy like this and there's a heavy breeze, it's freaking pretty cold right now. So if I didn't have this light jacket on, it'd be freezing. I almost put the puffy on. So I do have the puffies back in the van right now. Like I almost threw the puffy on because the jacket I have on is all tore up. But then it's not, we really haven't had any clouds all day. It's just like this random fucking cloud right here. Some off to the side. The rest of the world's clear. We're gonna go down to the skunk path. My dad said he's got a skunk that has been chilling underneath his porch. He's happy because one of his neighbors got like some, I guess, some cameras that are facing his property so they can see like his whole yard. My dad said there's like someone's been digging little holes around the yard. I'm like, well, what would do that? He's like, well, neighbor, he knows. He got cameras pointing at me all the time. He's like, thankfully that neighbor is getting ready to sell that house. I was like, fuck, good, maybe he'll take his cameras with him. My dad's like, yeah, exactly. I was like, was the chick you bought the house from like a hot little thing? He's like, yeah, actually she was. I was like, dude's a creep. So he had those cameras out there facing the yard so he could watch her. Fucking creep. He's like, yeah, no, I think about it, you're probably right. I'm like, yeah, that's why he did that. Why else would somebody have cameras pointing in your yard? That's an invasion of privacy. As soon as he told me he had a camera facing my yard where you can see even my windows in my house, I'd been like, get that shit the fuck out of here. What kind of creep ass shit is that? And it's like, sadly, like, if you follow like Long Crime on YouTube, like some of the videos I've been posted lately, it's, man, there's so many creeps out there. What's up, Philly? So right where we've seen a skunk before, there's actually just a little bit before here. This little thicket. There's this little guy too. He was cute as shit. He comes hopping through. He wasn't paying no attention. I wasn't paying no attention. I looked at him and he looked at me, and I turned the scooter around so quick. I was like, oh my god, an actual smelly. I still got PTSD from him. And that pinchy lizard. Yep, still in Colorado, a couple more days yet. We're out of here. It's starting to get cold. Freaking Slim Jim just laying on the path with a hair tie on the tree. Yeah, people think that that's the thing, you know. They think they do it like to be intimidating, which is fucked up. Like they think it's gonna intimidate you or scare you. It's basically just a tactic, you know. Like, oh, they're gonna call the police. They got my picture. They think people are paranoid and are just gonna surrender to their fucking entitled Karen bullshit. So take picture all you fucking want. I can jack off to it for all I give a shit. Yeah, there's always that one Karen, and of course you got houses close to you. It's, you know, I'm sure most of your neighbors don't care, but you know, fucking HOA bullshit. You can't even have fun at your own house, and if you have an HOA, you know. I probably went down that way too fast. Man, there's a bunch of encampments on here, you know. You can tell they haven't cleared it out in a while. It's like the 5th or 6th one I've seen. I mean, you guys probably can't see exactly what I'm seeing, but someone's got a whole wagon, a bunch of shit set up underneath this willow tree. Yeah, there's always one. I don't know. Yeah. Especially where you live, I'm surprised all your neighbors aren't that way, but it's good you got some cool ones at least. Like, I could understand if it was like a disrespectful time or hours or something like that, you know what I mean? But not everybody has the same schedule. I mean, maybe she works overnight and she was sleeping. You woke her up with Mariah Carey. It is the end of the world. Yeah, well, shit echoes too. You got to think of the echo. Of course, the one time I don't bring my backpack, I need a freaking Kleenex. I feel like I just took 2 bumps to the nose. Oh, you're breathing all this shit though. It fucking triggers my allergies. I promise you I'm not off cam taking bumps. I need to put a little pack of Kleenex. I do have my like fanny bag on me. It's like I need to load that one up with supplies too, but not like it's a backpack where I got tons of space. I should just commit to my backpack every time is what I should do. Then it's like when my backpack's not being used, I store a bunch of shit in it. And it's always annoying having to take the shit out. Yeah, I gotta, like I said, start stocking like everything I have. The only nice thing about winter is having coats and shit with a bunch of pockets on them. At least remember to water to them. You don't know that yelling. Like we ain't at Fort Carson, buddy. You don't need to fucking act like a field sergeant out there giving out commands and shit. Yeah, it's like in the fall, it just never makes it a bad view on this creek. I love it. It's like everything's just too pretty. And it's all like Packer colors. Yeah, I got two brand new little packs just chilling in a little cubby in the van. So I can definitely part with another pack and put it like in this fanny pack. So I'm pretty sure we've been up this little path that I'm on right now. It doesn't really lead to much. I think this is where we found that boma encampment. It reminded me of a boma. If anybody watches Naked and Afraid and they're in Africa and they got to build a boma, it's like a round shelter that you sleep in, but it was like a natural boma. Seems like my scooter's not really meant to be ridden through the shit. What the fuck have we got all here? Somebody at one point let this shit on fire. So I told you, there's a lot of homeless encampments in this area. We cruised through here before, and they looked like they had cleaned it up pretty good. Now it looks like over the summer, since the springtime, you can see it doesn't take long and they spring back up. So you can tell right here too, somebody had a tent because it's all padded down. You know, and it's like half under a tree too. That hell kind of bird is making all that noise? Oh damn, some type of cool ass looking duck looking bird. It kind of looked like a small loon without the spots. I do have a can of mace on me. If anybody pops out of these bushes. For some reason, some weird reason, I like checking out homeless encampments. Another one right here. Somebody definitely had a little camp set up. Yeah, Sasquatch comes at me. Bigfoot. Oh, well, Jesus. Drop low for a second. And Terry got stuck in some freaking. At least I just flopped over. I didn't really crash, I just kind of flopped over. Just flopped over on some sand. It's like, how do I know there's a bunch of sand underneath these leaves that you could sink into? You know? Nice little spot, though. The path is right soon. People rolling by on the path. Definitely got double back, though. There's a big ass broken down tree in front of us. So my scooter is definitely not meant for this shit. That being so, should at least play the Colorado song one time. One time for the one time. Yeah, I'm doing Colorado soon. It's a good one. Catchy, definitely catchy. And it's got a little. Look at all these freaking bugs, man. I don't know. Keep my mouth shut for a second. Like swarms of little bugs. So I don't know if the cam picks it up. Look at that swarm. I'm over here yapping. I'll probably get one on my tongue. Yeah, oh yeah, we've been on this trail a few times. Yeah, we're not going to go up too much further. Start heading back. We're probably like 5 miles away from the van right now. We're almost to Fillmore Street, and I'm all the way up on Woodman. Be interesting to see. It's been cool to see the leaf progression, you know, over the last, what, probably like 3 weeks now, 4 weeks. We started, like, some of the trees were just starting to turn. And then every week, just more and more and more color. So it's been cool to see. I don't know it's gonna, you know, anything's gonna get much more yellow than what it is now. Maybe some of these trees, like the ones we're passing right now to our left, maybe some of those stay green. I mean, it's only got like a few yellow kind of woven in there. Maybe some trees, it just depends on their sunlight they get and other crap like that. Maybe it's because they're in the shade. I'm not a photosynthesis expert by any means. I don't know. I just know like the color and shit is brought out by the cool nighttime temperatures and stuff. Because it's the same thing with growing weed. Like purple is definitely in the weed's genetics, but to really get that purple out of a certain genetic, you give it some cool nighttime temperatures when the lights are off. Shit, it'll pull it right out. I've grown plants that were completely purple. Like not just a little bit of purple, I'm talking completely purple. There was a dab lounge that was around here. It's called the Lazy Lion, and then a few years ago that they raided it. I guess the owner of it was just kind of up to some fuck shit, you know. Well, my buddy here's got a company. He was hired to basically go in and just clear the place out after they evicted him, type shit. And his desk that he sat in his little manager's office was one of the things my buddy had pulled out of the place. Well, he started pulling like the drawers out and shit, and came across a little pack of seeds that was like back in the drawer. And it was strawberry forest, if I remember right. I'm pretty sure I am right. Strawberry forest. And I Google it, and you literally cannot find any information at all on this particular strain. So I don't know where these seeds came from, like no history on them, like at all. And like there's, encyclopedias of genetics for marijuana out there. So for Google not to know what the hell, this strain was about, or like the cross on it, or have any information on it, I was like, My buddy's like, go ahead. He's like, take them. You can pop them. Crack the seeds, because there's this little seed pack. So I did. And yeah, sure as shit, the fucking one plant, man. I think I had cracked like 3 and ended up with like one male out of the 3, so I had 2 of them. And I'd have to dig up the pictures, but yeah, the whole fucking plant just turned completely purple. And like a dark purple too. One, but very much purple. Yeah, they had like some e-rigs, because it was like a dab lounge. All like the e-rigs they had, they whoever rated them, probably the county sheriffs here, El Paso County sheriffs, like they didn't take any of the like the dab rigs or anything. So my buddy got there was a bunch of juicy shit that he came up on. But he deals with like a dude that owns a bunch of real estate around here and shit, but he owns like a bunch of strip malls and stuff. So if somebody like gets kicked out or evicted or something, the dude ain't gonna go in there and clean that shit up. So my buddy's got a company that will go in there and just tear it out. Some of the stuff's good, Hell, he probably still has that desk. Alright, I think we're gonna flip back around, because at the rate I'm traveling, we're slowly losing sun too. So we're at least like 5 miles away. We got a ways back. Driving slow doesn't use a lot of battery though, which is good. Yeah, it was relation to like, because Colorado Springs, like they just pretty much everywhere in the state. Actually, I think every other county in the state had recreational, and for some reason they wouldn't let our county have it forever. Well, they've allowed medical, and we have tons of dispensaries all over. It wasn't until like last year they finally passed recreational here in this county, but back when it was just medical only, the dude that owned the dab lounge had kind of found a loophole to where you weren't technically paying for a dab or buying anything, but I'll let you smoke a dab here in front of me, and if you throw $5 in the tip jar, we'll call it good. But it's got to be at least 5, depending on what flavor you pick, up to 12 for something super nice. So you kind of found a loophole, and it was just kind of a lounge to where people could bring their own even, and you had a bunch of games in there and shit like that, different theme nights and whatever. But yeah, very much so profiting off of selling people dabs as well as flour, and getting away with it off the loophole So you're not actually selling it, you're just taking a donation for it, which is where the loophole was. You know, because we've had a lot of these weed churches around here too, and they're getting away with the same thing, but they don't fuck with them much, because when you got something wrapped up in religion, they kind of leave you alone, you know. And marijuana and religion, you got some Rastas claiming this shit. Yeah, next thing you know, there's an easy lawsuit for some people if they wanted. Yeah, you could probably even find articles on that. Lazy Lion gets raided. If anybody out there listening is curious and wants to read about it, it's not like I'm just making some shit up top of my head. I said it was some years back, but I lived in this area, I'm like 13 years being in Colorado Springs. $12 years, 13 years, 12 years, going on 13 years, I think. Like I said, and in all that time, I never was on this path. Until this season, this summer. It was like a little, I thought it was a chipmunk, it was just a bird. And like running on the ground like it was. Got what, these bumps here, I'm trying to read chat. Yeah, it is definitely a beautiful city. But it definitely probably a safe city, good city to like raise a family and shit in, kids, and some good schools and stuff around here and all that. You know, there's not much gang activity. I mean, there's crime like any city. I'm not saying we don't have crime by any means, and you see there's quite a big homeless problem, including myself. You know, I contribute to that. But yeah, it's not, we don't have tons of entertainment like Vegas. Shit's not always popping. There's not always shit to do. You know, a lot of shit's 24 hours at all. Definitely not like a Vegas city if you're into. But people that are into that probably aren't into a city that would be good at raising a family. You know what I mean? You know, what you have here is, get the kids outside and hiking and recreational vehicles and shit in the mountains or dirt bikes or whatever. Of course, lots of camping, trout streams, and a good place to do stuff and to be outside. But not much else popping, that's for sure. You see bumpers, some bumper stickers that say "Keep Colorado Springs lame." You know, everybody that was born in Colorado prides themselves that they're an actual native. Yeah, I'm a native. It's like that a lot of big cities. Like, go around Vegas and ask how many people are actually like born there. A lot of transplants. But the natives around here, people that are born and raised in Colorado, they definitely pride themselves in that. And they definitely don't take a liking to Californians moving here. Californians and Texans. Because they blame them for raising up the rent and real estate market around here. Because Cali's so expensive, like you can get twice the house for half the payment of what you're paying in California. So a lot of people pulled the plug on Cali, moved here. You know, Vegas, I'm sure, had a similar issue with all the Californians that fled into Vegas. Well, yeah, Colorado definitely has suffered from it. But it's not only California, it's Texas too. And of course, I'm a transplant too. I'm guilty of it all. I'm not a local. I'm not a native. I was born in Wisconsin. That's where I'm a native. You know, I'm 1,300 miles away from Wisconsin, if not more. Yeah, well, you know, I'm sure in Denver too, people are even, I don't know. This Colorado Springs is kind of yuppie yet. People like to bitch about stupid shit, you know. A lot of Karens around here, I should say. I would just have to assume that a lot of people like live in Denver and shit are just hella chill. Just kind of mind their own business, you know, mind their own business type of people. I don't really, you know, a lot of people's. There's a lot of retired people here that don't got, you know, nothing better to do but to be nosy, and of course, leads one thing to another. I think a lot of people like up in Denver and shit, they're just too busy to give a fuck what the next person's doing, which, you know, unless it's somebody's knocking at your door, like, who cares, you know? Unless you see somebody still not, you know, breaking the neighbor's window and jumping in, or car window or something, like, you know, or they're doing it to you, like, you know. Like Live on Patrol, they always say though, like, you know your neighborhood better than anybody, you know. You know what cars are supposed to be there, what cars are not supposed to be there. So they say with a lot of stolen cars, like, if there's a car that you're not familiar with, and you know the vehicle's in your neighborhood, like, call and let us know, because chances are it's probably stolen. They got a good point. Definitely got a good point. It's like, you know your neighborhood, and definitely know your neighborhood better than anybody. Well, next to your neighbors, you know. Like, your neighborhood knows its neighborhood, I should say. So when shit don't look right, yeah, you know. But I guess what I'm trying to say with all that is there's like people around here that just try to find an excuse, you know, like it has nothing to do with you, but yet you make it about you, you know, it's because you have nothing better to do type thing. But I'm sure that probably happens everywhere, you know. But you got a lot of rich retired military here. It's kind of what it boils down to. And a lot of people that serve our country, they have a certain level of entitlement to them, which they should have absolutely. Our veterans definitely deserve more. So I see where they're coming from for sure. You know, they're used to a lame, chill, laid back Colorado Springs, and not used to the growth. I guess you know some people don't adjust with growth as well. And they're old and set in their ways, you know. Can't blame them. Shit was better back then. I'm definitely not arguing that point anymore either. You know, I understand. People are set in their ways for a reason. Shit was better. You absolutely got a point. So I understand being set in ways. Yeah, it's like, you know, living in Robin's neighborhood, not expecting somebody to bitch if you're playing some music. You know, it's gonna happen. There's a lot of like I seen a lot of people got like a sense of entitlement to them nowadays, anyhow. You know, it's not definitely not just our veterans. Like everybody's got a sense of entitlement. I'm the only driver out here. You know, I act like they're the only person out here that exists in the world. Nobody else. You know, you're living in their world type thing. It's like no, they all put on their pants the same way. That's how I was raised, anyhow. We're all humans at the end of the day. We all have our flaws and all have our whatever. Nobody's fucking perfect. And people that act like it, oh, they're even human. You know, like you're even human. Like, are you just a walking demon or something? Might as well stop here. Let me knock you ran over. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, well, you can't blame Californians for wanting to live in California, and then everybody moves there and it fucking jacks their shit up. So it's like you got people like Tammy that's like, you guys did it to us, you know, about time they start getting the fuck out of here. You know? It's like, and I understand why everybody wants to live in Cali, you know? But everybody brought their mother and their friend, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, Cali is fucking a nut house. Then you got all the natives, you know, second, third, fourth generation Californians are like, y'all can get the fuck out of here. That doesn't affect us. Y'all just moving here from all over the place, jacked our rent up. We can't afford houses anymore. Everybody's got to make $2 million a year to fucking scrape by, you know. Yeah, it's like you got to understand everybody's point of it, Tammy. You know, it's like everybody's fucked it up for everybody else. It's just a ripple effect. It just snowballs. Yeah, I mean, the United States is big, but as far as places like California, there ain't anymore. You know, as far as when it comes on to climate, you might have an addition or a random shaky once in a while, but otherwise it's pretty good. Do with a little shaky, you have to like board up the house all the time. I don't know. I mean, it's just Mother Nature. Every place has got their shit. I mean, look at like the hail and stuff we can get here. You know, otherwise our weather's pretty good. But yeah, it gets hella cold in the winter. You know, we get golf ball size hail in the summer. Of course, some people like the humidity. Humans have always, I don't know. I mean, we all have to survive outside. We all have to be outside going back to the evolution of humans. They all just saw it, the best climate. Yo, what's up, John? What's up, Jason? Sorry. Well, you got play. I mean, the East Coast got some nice spots too, of course. Myrtle Beach and I mean, Myrtle Beach probably nicer between Virginia Beach and Myrtle Beach. Yeah, definitely Myrtle Beach. The East Coast, Tennessee, Arkansas, like they're beautiful states for sure. They got, all the states got their own little issues when it comes down to climate. Yeah, we're heading back to Vegas in just a few days here, a couple days. Yep. Season 4 is smelly in Vegas. Like I said, this is my own season in a way. Very different from all seasons. Like an exclusive season. Look at the squirrel just chilling. What's up, dude? Smells nice and fresh. That nice Rocky Mountain crisp air. Crisp fall Rocky Mountain air. Smell in the lingering. I wouldn't have any idea, Jason. I am definitely the last person to be tapped in on any information related to that. There's channels and shit that probably cover it, but I have no idea. And no, I don't personally talk to him or Julie or any of them. Like, who you see in my chat, about it. Oh, no shit, Robin? Damn it, no. I guess, yeah. I mean, you gotta think, like, how far Vegas is to, like, the coast of California, so. Are they starting to get, like, deeper and, I guess not really deeper, but, like, further and further west? Like, someday I'm standing here and we're having an earthquake. I mean, far after my time, of course, but. Yeah, they give you that. I don't know what they give you access to, but I'm sure you make calls and fuck if I know. I've never been to prison or county. I am not a criminal, so I don't really know about that. I mean, I would just ask Chad GTP if it was me. I have no clue. Well, like I said, I know there's some channels out there that are probably still talking about it all. To me, it's nothing's important right now until the actual trial. You know, so I'm out of the loop. And I always said, like, let Julie and Angel and let them all live on. Like, let them, you know. Everybody's got a life to live. Let them do their thing if they want to do their thing. Like shit falling out of trees. But yeah, definitely a wrong channel to get info on that shit. We don't ever talk about it here. And then when I do, people yell at me. So it's smelly channel. We do smelly shit around here, and it's smelly. So just plug your nose. 24/7 rotten content. Brought to you by Smelly, the stinkiest skunk around. A bunch of squirrels that I keep. That's probably what you're slapping out of trees. It's like squirrel feeding hour. You gotta pay attention, see if we can see some deer. And it's starting to get cold. There's like little patches that are like freezers. The sun must be, it's like right behind, just dipped behind the mountain, so it's like, fuck you time. I got some meatloaf and some taters in the crock pot. Don't get all excited. It was like one of those like they make at the store. Basically slightly better than a TV dinner, but not much better, you know. I was trying to save a buck, I got a fucking van to get to Vegas. Yeah, no, don't worry, Jason. I'm just saying we're not. Just letting you know. You don't know, so I'm letting you know. Don't feel bad about it or anything. You're just asking a question. But yeah, we're just kind of in our own little bubble over here. I slow down a little bit. I hit this vape. I thought it crashed and we're going way too fast. Come on, cruise control. There we go. Yeah, my Vegas content would probably be boring for most. So we do a lot of shit outside. We like to go explore and stuff, and there's 1,000,001 people on Fremont and the Strip and shit. So my goal is to provide other content, and I mean default to that if I'm being lazy and don't have any ideas, of course. But I'm not going to be out on the weekends. Definitely, I'm going to be sitting in my van with my heater going, staying warm. What's up, Mr. Michigan? What's up, Booger? You can have a concussion and you're sleeping? What the fuck you talking about, bro? But yeah, absolutely. I know Robin in Vegas will probably be on some streams. It's probably about the only Vegas people you'll see on. I know we got a see if VK wants to go to that aquarium. I've never been to that flea market either. Now that I think about it. Maybe I'll pop in there sometime. I know there's a lot of shit always going on in like the Arts District. And there's some like, because I only stream Tuesday and Thursdays. I mean, there's more demand for it. And of course, like donations and shit were there. I definitely wouldn't be opposed to it, but as of right now, it's like I got other shit that I gotta focus on. This is just a hobby. However, I'm sure there'll be like plenty of streams that are not on my normal stream day. Especially if Jeezy's back at Dreas. Like, I definitely want to do another Jeezy show. I had so much fun. There's like season 1 in Vegas. Because I am a big Jeezy fan. So I'd probably go live and shit for Jeezy. Maybe get some other cool concerts or something in Vegas too. But a lot of those are spendy, you know. Like I said, a lot of what I make off of YouTube just kind of put back into it, and get better content. And so, you know. Otherwise, I'm homeless, dude. I gotta do free shit. In which a lot, you know. I appreciate the free shit. I like my little scooter rides in the fall time. It is getting cold. So you're running these little patches, they must just be in like a little fucking gully, for lack of better words. I guess it's more shaded areas that the sun don't hit. I feel like little freezer boxes. But yeah, our last fall ride in this area, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we will be live all 3 days, long days, probably 10-hour streams. Because we'll be driving, of course, I got a bunch of shit planned for Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, I'll get into Vegas, probably take Thursday off, and then pop back out on Tuesday for my normal broadcasting schedule. But yeah, we got some fun shit to do on our way out of Colorado I'm excited for. Gonna be a lot of driving content, but and as long as there's reception, I'll be live. And if there's no reception, I'm doing something cool. I'll fucking upload it in 4K if I can. So this is actually possible. You can get a concussion in your sleep, like you ain't playing. From the comments I'm seeing, you ain't playing. Like, did you go to an expert? Like, how do you? I'm not trying to question your authority, but just seems bizarre, but not, I guess, impossible. I don't know. Man, a fucking doctor, and the dude lives in a van. Call Tammy if you want to, 720-371-5421. She's got a little cat sticker above her name. You guys probably can't see it. Oh, okay. Just alright. I see what you're saying now. Oh, damn, bro. Oh, shit. You just gotta stop doing that, huh? Oh, damn, freaking dead goose on the side of the shit. All decomposed. I know it was a goose because I seen the freaking orange feet. Probably gonna buffer a second. This is the buffer bridge, and when we go under this bridge, it might buffer for a second, but don't question my authority. I got a better Totally voice. But yeah, don't be sitting there drinking Four Locos and shit tonight. You gotta take it easy, bro. At least a day. I mean, a solid 20, you know, if I'm your medical doctor, I'd say no Four Locos for like 24 hours. But I'm just a man in a van with a kitty cat, so you're having a Four Loco right now. I mean, shout out to you. Cheers. Yeah, no drinking tonight, bro. I'm gonna take one night off. Jason will probably chug a 6-pack of White Claws and have a light buzz. A lot of shit. That was a nice e-bike, big old fat tires on it and shit. I was eyeing that up, she was looking at me funny. It looked heavy, but it looked like it was solid. Like you could ride that in any place. Little big old fat tires. Something like that would be fun to have for these little off-road trails we do. I don't know if I would really enjoy them as much as I would on a off-road scooter. I'm really kind of committed to scooter gang, you know. I don't really have space for like a big old bike. And if they're heavy, you have to lift that shit up without breaking my back. I don't know. I'd probably stick with scooter gang. Yeah, I'm glad the snake is out of the closet for sure. On Tuesday, like I said, unless it was a lizard with a long ass tail, it was definitely a snake. Like I said, I didn't rewind back and look, but I'm pretty sure because I was yapping, I wasn't paying attention. And I happened to just look down at the last second, and he was like slithering off next to me. But I only caught like the last maybe like 6 to 8 ass tail, like a 8-inch tail. It was definitely a snake. I mean, it wasn't like a big thick snake. It was a little skinny snake. But I'm guessing, bro, I was check back. You know, quality is pretty good. He might have seen him. I don't know if anybody did. Holy shit. See, that's what dude almost just ran me off the road doing 25.
It's just really.
I see that guy standing there. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the left side so I can avoid him. And then some dude comes shooting by on his fucking bike. Oh yeah, I mean, Snake got a rent-free fucking closet for like a week at the Hilton, essentially, pretty much, you know. He was living the dream. Tammy was cool with it. Mom wasn't. And Mom already fell over the snake. I would have too. I'd have probably broke my leg, my luck. The side of the shit right there, I used to see him downtown at the hot dog cart all the time. His name's Brian. He very much looked like him. And I wanted to be like Brian, but I didn't want to freak the guy out either. This car's still broken down over here. Wasn't that there last time it came through? Like a week ago? Just letting it chill. Little Mr. White Butt came hopping across. Yeah, I'm in the same boat with you, Isabel. Animals. Like what, you know, the snake that I almost stepped on, he didn't really like make me. I mean, it might freak you out a little bit, but he ain't gonna kill you. Last week on Survivor, dude he was walking on the beach and freaking poisonous snake man just came up and bit him on the ankle, right? Just came up and just pinchy bit him on the ankle. And like I said, this is a poisonous snake. Well, thankfully, the snake didn't inject any venom into him, and he was all right. But they medically tapped him out of there for that. And I was like, damn, if we just got bit by one of those water snakes too, like one of the black and white striped buggers. That could have, yeah. I mean, like Survivor, they got all the precautions out there and shit, and like a full medical tent. You know, they can pretty much do anything they need to do to, you know, they can't have anybody dying on Survivor, so they got full medical staff and professionals and set up out there in the bush with them. So I don't know if he would have got injected by the venom. You know, I'm pretty sure they would have been able to, you know, give him the anti-venom and stuff, but even then it's like you got a long road of recovery. But he got, you know, thankfully a snake, basically what they said the snake was doing was just kind of like rolling up on him and like gave him a little warning. Like it could have killed him, but it didn't. Or could have injected venom into him, I should say, but didn't. Chose not to for whatever reason. It's basically a get out of my hood type of thing. I was reading some shit, and that dude he's back for season 50 of Survivor. It'll be in the springtime. Because I kind of like that player. You know? It's a fresh season of Survivor right now. There's not really any players that I like this season. Not yet, anyhow. There was one hippie dude that was cool. Older hippie dude with some dreads, and they kick him out. My dad's, well, I'm gonna test your memory. What year did Survivor come on? And I was like, oh man, that was back in, fuck, I was like a freshman or junior. I was like 2001. I was like, damn, that's what I was thinking when I seen the answer. It was the year 2000. I was like, damn, we're both pretty close. Yeah, that's how long I've been watching that show. It's crazy. And then, like I said, they're on season 49 right now. Yeah, I talk to my dad like once a week, and when Survivor's on, I'll always call him after Survivor and hear his thoughts and shit. It gives me an excuse to at least call him once a week to bug him. And I think he looks forward to our little Wednesday night Survivor conversations. Sometimes he's yappy. Like when he used to work and shit, like you could hardly keep him on the phone. Now he's retired and he doesn't have anything to do. Like, man, he's all types of yappy. But time is money, you know, I get it. Yeah, well, enough people do tell me that, you know. Season 50 is dropping soon. So enough of America loves Survivor yet that it's because of us viewers that Survivor's still going. It's the longest running reality game show. And I like it. And over the years, of course, it's gotten way different, way diverse, and different rules and challenges and how idols are played and other advantages, and just, you know, they've implemented new shit. It's always been the same theme, of course, but they've implemented new shit. You know, so it makes the game way more unpredictable, you know. Because they had so many seasons where, like, oh, you knew there was going to be two idols out there, and, you know, people knew how to play Survivor a lot better, but when they started throwing new twists and turns and other shit into it, it made it way more unpredictable to where the game could twist at any time. So it's definitely made it interesting over the years. Probably it's what kept me watching. Definitely one of my favorite shows. Yeah, Amazing Race is cool. There was a streamer that was on Kick recently. He's an Australian streamer. And he was in Melbourne and had two of the contestants of Amazing Race come running up to him. And he got to meet the that host, the dude host of Amazing Race. All on his live stream. He was on Kick. This was within like the past week. I thought that was pretty cool, but the contestants ran up to him asking where Melbourne Park was, because it's not like they have, you know, a phone where they can, you know, show them on the episode without dude like suing them for it. But yeah, I watched a few seasons of Amazing Race, but that shit like almost gives me anxiety watching, you know. It's just like, it's so like nail biting. It definitely keeps you on the edge of your seat, because, you know, especially if you're rooting for a certain team, you know, it's like you want to see them do the right thing and do good in the challenges and stuff. And it's just, I don't know, does that happen in real time? Yeah, it's gotta, right? It's like happening in real time. I noticed if we would have took this bottom trail, there's a couple tents down there too. Phil, yeah. Yeah, because Phil was asking dude what he was doing. He's like, oh, I'm streaming on Kick. And he's like, what's Kick? Man, less. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up, guys. I'm parked right around the corner, so get posted up here, eat my dinner that's in the crock pot, chill out. Tomorrow's a new day. try to get up as early as I can on Monday and just get going. But I know the first stop's the castle, and it's actually not that far away from here, so it's like kind of got a segment. I'll probably clip that out and post it as a separate video. But I guess if the DVR's on, whoever is trying to navigate through a long ass VOD or watch the live and go back, we'll be able to go back and see that portion and catch back up. Yeah, we still got 2 days of streaming left in Colorado. So, but as far as the season in Colorado Springs streaming, it's a wrap. And like I said, we'll have 2 days in another location in Colorado, and then back to Vegas content. But yeah, it's been a cool season. We got to do a lot for sure. If you go back and look, we got a lot accomplished. We could have done a little bit more, but we definitely got a lot accomplished. I mean, pretty much, I would say a huge, good, like 75% chunk, maybe like 60% chunk of like everything within like an hour of Colorado Springs. I mean, we went to the east, we went up north, we went south, we went west a couple places. We've been all around Colorado this summer, so. And like I said, it's going to be cool to explore an area of Colorado that I haven't really got to explore, so I'm going to be excited to see some of it. It's a different mountain range. It's thick in the Rockies. It's so pretty back in there, so like you think this is pretty, like Colorado. This is just the start of the beauty Colorado has to offer, for sure. Okay, so once you get back in the mountains, shit gets real. As well, so once we get even further back, shit gets more real. So we'll look forward to some cool streams Monday and Tuesday, and then just some boring driving stream into Vegas Wednesday. And like I said, I'll see how I feel. I'm probably not going to stream that Thursday, but we'll go back to it on Tuesday and see what's up. But yeah, it definitely was a good season. Appreciate everybody watching. Hope everybody has a good rest of your night, good weekend. Yeah, and we got much more to do next summer too, Robin. Unless I have to just keep figuring out new shit to do, So, but yeah, everybody get some dinner. It's definitely that time. Isabel, Tammy, Robin, Jason, hope you start feeling a little bit better. Booger, if you're still out there, anybody lurking in the bushes, hope everybody has a good rest of their night, good Friday, good weekend, and we'll see everybody on Monday. Smelling Rocky Rock.